So this last week or so, I've been playing on mouse and keyboard, which is new to me. And not only have I been playing mouse and keyboard, I've been playing competitive games on mouse and keyboard. So that would be, just the two, which would be Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. Overwatch only literally for like a couple hours. So, I mean, the gameplay that you see, bear with me on that. I uh I did not know how hard it would be to play on mouse and keyboard. Not that it's like something that I'm completely lost on. It just feels so much different than the years I spent playing on joystick. Like I really thought I had it down cold on joystick, so like, just so accurate. However, I figured I would make this adjustment just to see how good I could get and just see what the deal is and how much it might change my game should I get used to it. Now, in general, my skills in gaming aren't really where they need to be as far as what my goals are because I spent in the last 5 years, over the road. I've been a truck driver, which is a whole other bag of worms there. But that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as like my skills and what I'm trying to do. That being said, between Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, a lot of people want to have this discussion of which is better, one's going to kill the other, da 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 da. Like, that's not really what the conversation should be. Um, Marvel Rivals did come out. It is fun, and it is using a lot of characters that we are familiar with. That I will say. But there are a few key differences between the two IPs. For one, Overwatch is like original, for all intents and purposes. Like, I want to say Dragons, like the animated short, came out before the game came out. So that, the thought was like, how are these characters gonna play? And like that's been maintained. When Kiriko, the trailer for her came out, nobody knew how she was gonna play. So there's a certain level of like excitement and mystery whenever they introduce a new character, and then like so there's a new backstory to learn, which I personally enjoy. However, with Marvel Rivals, if they bring in a character, you kind of already know how they're going to play. So let's say they didn't introduce Wolverine, and they like were to bring him on as a new character, like it's Wolverine, like rage and cutting stuff. Or when they were bringing in Fantastic Four, we knew Mr. Fantastic was going to be stretchy arm, wailing, wacky, whatever inflatable tube man. We knew it was going to be that. We knew the thing was going to punch shit and be hard. And we knew Susan Storm was going to be able to protect people and heal them and all that stuff. Like we kind of already know what the deal is with each character that they introduce. So like that's one of those like core differences where like you're not going to get with Rivals what you get with Overwatch. And then the other part about it is they decided to make Rivals third person, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. But whenever for me, like I like to play characters that require accuracy, like skill, like Widowmaker, which turns into Black Widow, Hanzo, which turns into Hawkeye. Like they are very much the same character. However, Hanzo and Widowmaker are viable in Overwatch. Like you can one shot a lot of characters, you can escape however you need to, so on and so forth. Hawkeye, Hawkeye can kill it. I'm just not that good with them. That much I will admit. But as Hawkeye, every time I see Iron Fist, I feel fear in my chest. Every time I see Wolverine, I feel a little bit of fear in my chest. He's not that hard to deal with, admittedly. Uh, who else is stupid to deal with? Emma Frost can be a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, but if you keep your distance from her, she can't really do too much to you. Who else? That would also mean, oh yeah, Moon Knight. As Hawkeye, you kind of like post up in an area and do your best to like take as many people out or whittle them down. If you're unaware of a Moon Knight, he could throw an Ankh like could throw an Ankh and just mess your life up. Throw it at the Ankh, now it hits you, and before you can even do anything, you're dead. It even goes for Black Panther to a certain extent. Now, I am saying this like I'm not really that good. Like I'm probably not even bronze level yet. I'm probably plastic because Like I'm making this transition from mouse to keyboard, and I have to adjust to playing with mouse and keyboard, as well as like getting used to the mechanics of the game, how I'm supposed to fit into the team and contribute and all that stuff. So I will acknowledge that like a lot of it is a skill issue for me. The other part is like Overwatch has been around and it's been in the oven and it's been cooking just live. So it's like there's a lot of things that are just crispier with Overwatch, and it's like it's just been here. It's got tenure basically. Like you know, it's just definitely different. I feel like the Overwatch competitive scene is probably still gonna be by default better than the rival scene at the moment. Uh, but it won't be as exciting. It's not gonna bring in as many people. I'm gonna do my best to compete in both, because both are just and it's about fun at the end of the day, and both games are very fun. Like I still get the same dopamine hit whenever I nail somebody as Hanzo, like it is with Hawkeye and everything. That's where my opinion lies on the whole Marvel Rivals versus Overwatch debate goes. So trying to say that one would kill the other, that's kind of impolite because like as much as Blizzard mishandles Overwatch, like the developers that are in Overwatch, they put their ankles in that game as best they can with what they're given. Because that studio classically has people that are just wildly overworked, and to a certain extent, it's probably the same with Marvel Rivals. We just don't hear about it because like Marvel Rivals still has that brand new car smell, definitely. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on both the games. I'm still gonna do my best to compete and get to a high level in both. They are essentially the same game. Like to be honest with you, it's just one came out, you know, differently, like, and it's also doing things a lot differently, like introducing new characters every month. That's insane. I like it, don't get me wrong, but the reveal of a character in Rivals is probably never going to excite me as much as the reveal of a character in Overwatch, because there's no like mystery to it. Like even if they introduce a Marvel hero that I've never heard of before, I'm probably gonna know what that character is gonna do, because that character has a history, and like there's a novelty in that definitely, but uh, it's just certain things aren't the same. There's pros and cons to both, but I like them, and to be honest, I did miss Overwatch. I did miss Hanzo. Hanzo's cool. Well, he's my favorite character, and I don't know, bow and arrows are just dope. All right, Lupus Wolven signing out.